of francophone West Africa is due to hold a presidential vote in October. Earlier this year, four main opposition figures, including former President Laurent Gbagbo and former Credit Suisse chief executive Jean Nazaire, were being barred from running by the Electoral Commission. Last month, 83-year-old Ouattara announced that he would seek a fourth term. Ouattara's candidacy is contested after he changed the constitution in 2016 to remove presidential term limits. And to discuss this further, we have Dr. Jean Nazaire Oyourou, a representative of African People's Party of Côte d'Ivoire, a PPA-CI, one of the parties that organized this march. Dr. Oyourou, thank you for joining us on Africa Update, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me.
Now, what are the reasons for the protest, and what are you hoping will come out from this?
The reason, I think that you already mentioned the reasons. The first one is that the governments have banned most of the opposition leaders from contesting the upcoming presidential election in October 2025. And then the second reason is that President Ouattara his decision to run to bid for the next upcoming presidential election, which is unconstitutional. So the Ivorians just took it to the street to be heard by the government.
And, you know, thousands of people have turned up. What does this signal? What does this show? And do you think that President Ouattara and his government are going to listen to the people?
I think that it is a powerful signal of popular frustrations. Okay? And we say it, we are manifesting as enough is enough. No true democracy without a true justice. And we are willing, and we are millions saying yes to Gbagbo and Thiam. So for the upcoming, we hope that the governor will listen to the people of Ivory Coast and then call them for the talks such a way to ease the tension that is going on in Ivory Coast.
So when you say yes to former President Gbagbo and yes to the former Credit Suisse chief executive Jean Nazaire, what are you saying yes to? What do you guess? There is a background in terms of the former President Laurent Gbagbo and now Jean Nazaire. What are you saying yes for? What is it that you're identifying or realizing about these two opposition leaders and their potential candidacy?
So currently what is happening is that they have been banned. Okay, they are prevented from running the election just because the justice system in Ivory Coast just banned them from competing. So you say that we don't want a justice system that is going to be used by the government to prevent significant leaders to take part of the election that is coming. So yes, we mean they must be included in as a candidate for the upcoming election.
And what were the reasons given for their banning from running for these elections?
For Mr. Thiam, I think that he was disqualified over one of the law of Ivory Coast that says that a citizen with, a person with a dual citizenship must not run for the presidential election. But Thiam actually renounced to that French citizenship before some month ago. So he shouldn't be banned for that.
And former President Laurent Gbagbo?
For President Laurent Gbagbo, remember that President Laurent Gbagbo was held in the ICC for years, and before it was not even available in the country, and then yet they threw a trial against him when he was held in the ICC, which is not acceptable. And it's the reason, actually, all the reason for which he was sent to the ICC. And then he was free from ICC. So we think that if he was free from the ICC, I mean, there's no other trial that's possible in the Ivory Coast.
Now, elections in Côte d'Ivoire have usually been fraught with tension and violence. Now, when President Ouattara announced his bid for a third term, several people were killed in the election violence. Are we likely to see a repetition of those years, in your view? What do you think is more than likely to happen?
Yes, elections in Ivory Coast have repeatedly risked and devolving into violence. I agree with that. In 2020, tension escalated after Ouattara's controversial third term bid, resulting in several deaths. I agree with that. Now, given that the ongoing exclusion of key candidates, outrage from the opposition, and historical precedent of violence following contested terms, I am afraid if nothing is done, I think that we are running into some violence again, unless the government just come back and set some talks to ease all these anger from the opposition leaders and the population.
Should government come back and say, listen, we see you're in the streets, you're protesting, you're not happy with what's happening and how everything is unfolding. If they're willing to talk, then is that something that you're willing to do? And on the flip side, if they just don't come back to you, then what happens?
We are hoping that the government will come back and speak to the people and get an agreement so that the presidential election is run smoothly. So that's really what we are hoping, because we have been asking for this since maybe 1 year before today. So if nothing's happened, I think that we are afraid that we are going to escalate the protest and maybe use some legal resources, like involving the UN, involving the AU, such that you get, the problem solved.
Do you think that they will make a difference, especially the international community, whether it's other countries' leaders or the UN? Do you think it generally makes a difference? Just thinking back historically for Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes, I think so. Remember that President Ouattara was elected thanks to the international community. He was backed by the international community to take power in Ivory Coast. And we remember that President Mbeki was involved in the candidacy of President Ouattara at that time. So if the president now is becoming becoming a problem, we think that you need to go back to those who helped him to come into power to solve the problem between President Ouattara and the people.
Well, Dr. Oyourou, thank you so much for joining us on Africa Update. We'll leave it there for today.
Thank you.
That's Dr. Jean Nazaire Oyourou, a representative of African People's Party of Côte d'Ivoire, PPA-CI, joining us on